Periscope. To our hope. Hello, you're in. Everybody's getting in. You're getting in. You're getting in. Get in here. All right. Hey, Jody from Arkansas. Hello, Fargo, North Dakota. Hi. I can't even see all of you. There's so many of you. Awesome. Get up in here. It's as if you guys have hormone problems. Weird. First time getting in. And she got in. Oh, it is hopping. All the peeps. Okay, good on it here. Grand Lake of the Cherokees. Now that just sounds like an awesome place. I don't even know if it is, but Grand Lake of the Cherokees sounds legit. You're in. Help me. Help you. Help you. Let's do this. You don't? Awesome. I'm glad. Well, then you can help people who do. Okay. All right. So I'm going to give you exactly 30 seconds to share this Periscope. Swipe left, swipe up. Thank you, Joe Health Coach. Thank you, Hoyle Happy 8. Click share. That way we can get people on here. While we jam out to Elevation Worship real quick. Yes. Oh, hey, Paula. Well, see, there's probably over 1,000 people on live. There's just a 375 that can actually comment. Normally doesn't let that many in, so that'll be awesome. All right, stop the music. Thank you guys so much for getting on. Man, I miss you guys. I haven't done a really good scope like this on a topic in about a week because of travel and stuff like that. Thank you for sharing. Appreciate you. If you're new to my scopes and you have no idea who I am, I'm Dr. Jim Bob Hagerton. I'm a crazy chiropractor from Texas, and I'm all about function. And I'm all about you guys understanding how the body's created to work, and so that you know that you're created for perfect and you're created for amazing. You know, that's really the truth. And we forget this. We've forgotten it, and we keep forgetting that the Lord didn't create you for symptoms and issues. Now, if you're on a replay, thank you for getting on here on replay. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch this. This is a live video, though. I'm in here with a bunch of my friends on Periscope, so don't freak out when I'm like talking to people and thanking people for hearts and stuff like that. So don't even worry about that. Hey, Patricia, I'm glad you got in. That's okay. Like someone you know does. And so we're going to totally work with this. All right. So today, here's how this is going to run. And of course, like I said before, if you're new to my Periscopes, you can find other videos. Go to family-wellness.com and you can get to the YouTube channel on that. Other social media stuff, go here. Just look me up. Jim Bob Hagerton. It really is my real name. I know. I get asked that. Cindy, when we started dating, my wife, they tried calling me by one name or the other, like one name. The app is Lifetime Family Wellness Center, Devin, and they're on there. But she tried calling me by like a specific name, and like instead of Jim Bob, and I just never would respond to her. And she's like, dang it, like they wanted me to just go by one. Hey, Jason, what's up, buddy? All right, so disclaimer today, okay? Here's the thing about today's scope. It's gonna be a little bit different. I'm not gonna cover specific conditions. We've covered that in some of the other scopes, like I've talked about hormones and how they work, so that you can understand why certain conditions happen. The next scope I will talk about estrogen, and I'm going to talk about what happens when it gets high. In this scope, I am not going to cover specific conditions. So if you start sending me stuff like, what about blah 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 syndrome, and what about blah blah, I'm not going to answer you, and I'm not going to respond. Hey, Elizabeth, what's up, girl? Everybody say hi to Elizabeth. Elizabeth is one of my favorite people. Y'all say hi to her. So I'm not going to respond if you ask me about something specific, so don't freak out. And I'll answer a couple questions. This is literally to give you guys support for the hormonal system and to give you some really good tools, lifestyle-wise, supplement-wise, and with essential oils from Young Living to help the body work better, okay? I can redo my Ninja Red scope soon. I do need to do that one. I'll totally look at it and do that. I'm going to have to plan for that a little bit better. Last time I got like all excited and I went way off the reservation. So I'm going to try to get the estrogen one done tomorrow. That's my plan. And so try to get to, the estrogen topic tomorrow so we can go through it. And that way, I can show you guys exactly what happens when estrogen does not stay stable. Okay. Now with hormones is a good example, more than almost anything else, about how specific and intricately the Lord has made your body. Like looking at hormones and looking at the way the hormones change and looking at the way that the estrogen changes with progesterone at certain days of the month and FSH and how that relates to guys and LH and on and on. Looking at all of the release of the hormones, how the pituitary gland plays in it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch my last video on hormones. I talk about how hormones are released. It will blow your mind how intricate our bodies are created. And it's amazing. And it's because the Father loves you, not because he hates you. Some of you guys think that he hates you. And that's why, and this is why you have some of this stuff going on. But it's not that. There's specific reasons why things don't work. The body is created specifically to do specific things. And it's very, very simple. It's not easy to make it work that way. It's just that we put stress on our bodies and in environments that force us to move away. Now, here's the other thing. For menopausal women in that stage of life, I'm going to do a full scope just for you. So in this scope, I'm not going to cover the specifics for women who are going through menopause yet because I want to devote a whole thing to that. Right, Lisa? Lisa, that's for you. Inspired by her because you guys need more videos specifically for your age range. And so I don't want to make it just a part of one thing. I'm going to do a full scope just on menopause age range. So look for that probably first of the week because I'm going to be traveling to Baltimore this weekend. And we'll talk about menopause and post-menopause together. Okay, so today's going to be more cycling females, cycling males. In fertility range, so that's totally fine. And so I'm glad you guys are on, but don't get upset or don't get worried about not getting the info for menopause age range. I'm going to do that specifically for you. Okay, is that good? You good with that? Thumbs up on everybody. Is that helpful? Hopefully that'll help you, and because I'm trying to separate out the topics more so that you can really get individual ones and you can find it. You can find the individual ones easily. Carrie, girl, I'm going to help you not be overwhelmed today, girl. Don't worry about it. But you can find the individual topics and stuff so that it's not so much per video. Okay? All right, so let's talk about hormone support using supplements and essential oils. When we talk about essential oils in here, remember, I'm only referring to Young Living essential oils because of the quality control and the seed to seal promise. That's it. So I'm not going to cover other oils. And these aren't all the supplements. These aren't the only supplements that are valuable for balancing hormones out. There's a lot. There's a lot of different ones. I just picked kind of top 10. Some of my top 10 picks on supplements, top 10 picks on essential oils and things like that. So you had a starting point. Now, when I show you some of these things, this is not for you to get freaked out and overwhelmed even worse about the fact that there's a lot of different things to do. You pick a couple, okay? Like I'm gonna break it down for you easily, but you pick one or two, really slowly start working on things in the body. The biggest changes that you can make are lifestyle changes and then core 4 supplements. If you just did that, lifestyle changes and these core 4 supplements, then you're gonna really make a lot of changes, even way beyond what you could totally imagine. Okay, so let's talk about lifestyle changes first. So lifestyle changes to really help men and women. This is men and women both. And this will affect women more sometimes, like part of these topics in the lifestyle category, but this affects men and women the same. So lifestyle changes that will help you support and balance hormones in your body. You ready? Here's first 4, and then I've got 5 more after this. So I've got 9 good lifestyle changes that are very vital for helping you balance and keep your hormones balanced. Ready? Someone say ready. Someone tell me that they're ready. I gotta get my mic ready. Yo, somebody ready? Someone say ready. Okay, so I can start. Yes. All right, let's do it. Everybody's ready. Here we go. Here's the first 4. So number 1, intentional movement. Intentional movement and exercise, actually doing movement that you weren't doing movement that you weren't going to do already, like doing something more than just getting up and changing the channel on the TV type thing. Increases testosterone production in the body naturally, and it helps to regulate stress. It helps you absorb calcium. It helps with digestion, so many different things. And so I don't like to use the word exercise because to some people it's a cuss word. You know what I mean? Like some people it's like exercise is the devil, but it's not. Intentional movement's key. So that's why I call it intentional movement. Decreasing stress. Handling stress levels in the body is one of the biggest things to help you, period. And this is not a cop-out. It's not like, well, just stop stressing. Stop stressing out and your hormones will be fine. It's not like that at all. It's just that we all have stressors and we need to help our body handle them so they're not creating physical and hormonal changes, okay? And that's important. We'll talk about that real quick. Increasing protein and making sure and keeping your protein high enough so that it helps to balance your blood sugar. It helps to keep your pancreas supported so it's not working too hard and really overutilizing the insulin. And decreasing sugar. There's a group right now that's working on getting sugar out of their diet online. They had added me to their group, and there's a lot of different programs out there that are good to help you have a structured way to decrease sugar. Now, why would you want to do that? Okay, what is a realistic amount of protein? That's a very good question. So, a realistic amount of protein in the for an adult female. Let's say that's either starting to have kids or hasn't totally has one or two kids. And a good amount of protein is around 75 grams a day. That's a really good baseline, good amount of protein to keep blood sugar stable, to make sure you're not losing muscle tissue so that you can keep a normal balance between estrogen and progesterone. And so you can continue to help with, you have 5 kids. Good. You still need 75. You probably need closer to 100 though. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying, like for age range, you know what I'm saying? Age range around 75 to 100 grams. Yeah. So it's more than you would really think. More than you would really think. Okay? All right. So the stress side of it. Stress, when left for too long, if the stress levels haven't kind of been handled and you're not really working through stress, it's going to increase estrogen abnormally. And we don't want that. Okay? We don't want that. And so I'm going to talk more about estrogen levels next scope. And so tomorrow I'm going to talk about estrogen. That's my goal. So get on it and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about what it's for, the purpose of it, the function, and what happens when it goes wrong. Okay, we'll talk about conditions that day. Not today. I'm not going to talk about support tomorrow either. We're just going to talk about it. Decreasing sugar. Sugar itself increases inflammation, you know what I mean? And it changes hormone balance. And the average American eats around 150 pounds of sugar a year. Crazy amount. I mean, like ridiculous amount of sugar. And you would really be shocked at what all sugar is really found in. And it can and will affect your hormone balance. Now, the decreasing stress thing, one thing that I will mention before I move on to the next ones, 150 pounds. That's average. That means that some dude's eating like 300 pounds of sugar a year for it to be the average, because we don't eat 150 pounds a year. So somebody's eating way more than that for that to be average. Crazy numbers. Stress levels and looking at emotions in the body. If you think that your emotions, for natural sugar, Ruthie, a natural sugar, let's say a natural sugar amount of, what do we used to do on that? I'll get you some milligrams on that, but regular, like processed sugar, there's never a good amount. Like there's not a good amount ever, okay? But no, if you think that emotions don't affect your hormones, then you're crazy and you're wrong. And a good example of that is find any female who's in the middle of emotional stressors and ask her how her menstrual cycle's doing. It's not good. Like her menstrual cycle will get off balance and it creates a lot of issues. Emotional stressors are very important to be able to acknowledge, but to also be able to get a handle on, journal about, see someone about, whatever you need to do in order to get a handle on that, or you're not going to get long-term changes and stability like you want, like you need. And I'm not into quick fixes for you guys. I want you guys to get really long-term changes, okay? All right, number 5 through 9, things to change on lifestyle to help with hormone balancing. Decrease high fructose corn syrup. Well, stress is impossible to get rid of, so on the things that you can't get rid of, you adapt to and you change your brain and your perspective about. Really, really good. Decrease high fructose corn syrup. This will get in the way of your good fats, just like right here. Decrease and try to reduce as much as possible partially hydrogenated oil. It's just as much a factor of getting out some of the things that are creating this problem for you as it is adding in support for the organs and stuff for your body to really change. I mean, anybody still there? Okay, there you are. We're kind of glitching and it's blinking. Yeah, it's blinking. There you go. So again, you have to make sure that you're getting out some of the bad while you're adding in the good. Otherwise, long-term changes are not going to happen. Not going to happen. All right, so here we go. Well, hey, May. What's up, May? It's good to see you. Miss you, girl. Miss your family up here in Texas. All right, so decrease high fructose corn syrup. Decrease partially hydrogenated oil. That will rob your body of the good fats in your system, okay? It will rob the body of the good fats in your system. Decrease chemical exposure as much as possible because of the estrogens that you get inside your system. Pesticides is another thing. Like, these are really good things to just look at. Like, am I getting this in my diet? Am I getting this in my environment? If you are, work hard at that first. Like, work hard at that, and then we're going to do other supporters, but that's a big deal to really get rid of, okay? Hydration, key. Hydration is key. It's not blurry on my end, so I know it'll be fine in the replay. Some of you may have to like log on and log back in. I don't want to lose you on there, but just to get you going. Hydration key to making sure that you're keeping blood really thin and you can deliver all of the nutrients. Really important. And good fats, okay? Cholesterol is the building block of all of your hormones. I talk about that in the first video about the fact that the very first step in all of your hormone production is cholesterol. If you don't have good cholesterol, which comes from all your dietary fats, if you don't have good cholesterol, you can't build up your hormones. Like, you won't build like your normal hormone pathway. You can't. So you're just like trying to, get water from an empty well. There's nothing there. So you have to make sure you're getting really good fats, especially for the females. Guys, it's important too. Guys, it's really important for them to keep their protein level high. It's really important for guys to get that physical activity in, because that's a huge part of balancing testosterone levels. If you're not doing that, then it's no wonder why you're getting checked out and you're not allowing, your body's not able to keep that hormone level stable. It just doesn't stay. All right, so those are lifestyle changes. Really good basic things you can do, okay? Protein for guys per day. For adult guy, they need to run 100 grams a day, okay? Good sources of protein. Depends on the person. Good sources of protein are fish, like really good clean fish. Organic is better, obviously. Turkey, bison meat. So bison's a really good one. Chicken is always a go-to if you get really good quality, like get hormone free. Obviously if you're trying to balance out your hormones and support them, you don't want hormones in your chicken. You know what I'm saying? Like, the purity really does matter. Those are key. I like tuna. For me, yeah, guys 100, ladies more like 75. Exactly. So for me, my body does well on fish, really good. Other people, like Cindy, does really well more on lean beef and turkey. Like, that's her thing that she does better on. You just have to kind of play with it a little bit. You can also do protein shakes. Protein shakes, I didn't put one on here, but we're fixing to talk about supplements. And so I can add it, but protein shakes, I like Pure Protein Complete from Young Living. I also like Vega. It's a good vegan protein shake. Yeah, Ruthie, as long as you're getting good quality tuna, it's okay to eat it. It's a naturally acquired, mercury within the fish. Like, you're not going to absorb it the same as you eating at other places. And it's just a good lean protein source. You're getting about 20 grams of protein per can of tuna, which is a lot, right? Vega, Designs for Health, has a protein that's really good. I also like, you guys know I like Pro Alpha Nutrition. They have a new protein that's good as well, okay? Know your blood type. It is really good. May is exactly right on that. Blood typing is very important when you're looking at some of this, and I do recommend that a lot because my blood typing, I do well with fish. Cindy's blood typing, she does better with beef and turkey. It's a little bit different. It's not a one-to-one all the time. Like, it's not like every single person, it's only what it says in the thing. But, Eat Right for Your Type is something to really look at it. Well, good, girl. See, that's good. I've taught you something. That's awesome. Makes me feel good. See, that's awesome. But it is something that's very important because if you're eating something that goes against your blood type, a lot of times, then it will create inflammation. You don't want that. All right, so supplementation. Let's talk about supplements to help support hormones. How do you find out what blood type you are? Well, you got to go get a blood test, okay? I do need to talk on blood typing. That's really good. I'll do that too, Tammy. That's a really good suggestion. So let's talk about supplements, and the first 4 on here are your core 4 supplements that you need. Core 4 supplements because everyone needs this in order to make sure the body isn't deficient. So if you're not getting these core 4 things, then you're deficient, and you're not getting the building blocks you need in order to build all the hormones or anything, your muscle tissue or anything, okay? So super important. So first 4, fish oil, vitamin D, greens, some kind of a greens product, whether it's Pro Alpha Greens, Garden of Life, multi-greens from Young Living. There's several different ones. A greens product, really good. And a probiotic. Those 4 things right here. These are the ones on the first 4 that are a non-negotiable for me with every patient because we need those things. We need them. Need them for function. These other ones are icing on the cake to help with support. We need these 4 things for function. That makes sense? You'll get that part? So I can't harp that enough. All right, so from Young Living, a really good endocrine support to support the adrenal glands, because if you can support the adrenals and the thyroid, you are going to support the hormones, okay? I don't recommend fermented fish oil. There's no research that shows that that really is that much better. I like on the fish oil for Young Living, this is Omega Gize. The one that we use a lot too that I love is from Innate Choice, INNATE Choice. Vitamin D, I either recommend Seeking Health or Innate Choice again. It's another one, like on that. Probiotics from Life 5, or from Young Living, you have Life 5. And then you can also, like Amy is saying, you can, is it necessary to eat sauerkraut if you take a probiotic? Yes, do both. But like she's saying, you can do fermented foods and get a lot of probiotics as well. I also like Innate Choice, okay? Yeah, don't take that much. It's 1 drop. Is 2,000 IUs. And then Endogize is a really good supplement. This is more for women and an endocrine support for their adrenal glands. Because again, if you can support the adrenals and the thyroid, you're going to help with hormone control. If you don't want the thyromin because of the porcine, then you can do, I think, Thytrophin PMG. Thytrophin PMG. It's THYTROPHIN. That is bovine. It's a little bit different, okay? All right, so let's go to the second page. And again, these are all just like suggestions and things to look at, and know that it is completely possible. Yes, Thytrophin, Patricia, thank you. It is completely possible to balance your hormones and support them with supplements and oils. I see this all the time, every single day. We help women every single day. We help men every single day. And so, bye Monica, bye Elizabeth. And so we have people every single day that we work with. And it really, 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 really does work. You just have to be consistent with it, okay? Probiotic sub for AIP. Hey, May, ask me that again, girl. Ask me that again. Ask me again on that. Or put your suggestion on there again, because May does a lot of stuff really specific with dietary things, so good stuff. All right, here's some more supplement supports. So these are supplements. Femigen is a Young Living support for women. An herb that really helps with normal testosterone production in men that's really great. It's good for women too sometimes, but it's really targeted for men. It's called Tribulus, okay? How long does it usually take to see a difference with supplements? You'll see a difference within a week. Long-term stability takes 4 to 6 months. Like, give yourself at least 4 to 6 months of being consistent, but you'll feel changes, almost immediately. It just won't stay that way. Why would you recommend a woman taking all these supplements? No. You don't have to take them all. You take the core 4, and then you add a couple to that, to your regimen. So like 1 or 2 supplements that work for you, 1 or 2 of the oils. I'm just giving you a couple of specifics on here. If someone can't have fermented food or probiotics, what would you suggest for gut support? On that, can you do miso at all? Like miso soup? Because you can't do the major fermented, I know, because AIP, but can you do miso because it's a lot milder? That's an option. Miso soup because it's lightly fermented. If not that, then I recommend then May, look at the Innate Choice. Those probiotics are actually, they're vegetarian culture. They're not fermented. You could do a half. You should, but you could do a half of a capsule, and that's a vegetarian one. It's a great probiotic, girl. You can do that. It's not dairy culture or nothing like that, and I think it would be totally fine, okay? A list of products you recommend. I do, but I need to, I'm getting a whole site built for you guys. That way you can get on there and you can see the ones I like. Go back and look at this on replay, and we'll talk about it. Okay, Tribulus. Chase tree herb is really great. Chase tree herb is really great for helping with normalizing progesterone in women. Chase tree herb. Medi herb is a good product. Nature's Sunshine has another one that's good as well. Super Bee. If you're traveling, how do you take Life 5? Well, you take it just like you normally do. It's just that know that some of the enzymes may not be perfect because you need it, refrigerated. Super B is a great B complex. B vitamins are important for helping with hormone production because they help to regulate your neurotransmitters, right? Which is really important. If you don't do Super B, Seeking Health has a really good B complex. The B vitamins, I recommend taking them in the morning. Ningxia Red, 2 to 4 ounces at least a day for your antioxidants. Super B is, the new one, Indy, is okay for MTHFR. Yep, it's totally fine now. They reformulated it, okay? And down here, Young Living has a cream called the Prenalone Body Cream. Prenalone Cream that is really good. Prenalone Cream is really good at helping to stabilize pregnenolone. Yes, it is out of stock. Which is folic acid free, Super B. Yes, Super B is folic acid free now. They took it out. Okay, let's get to essential oils. I don't want to keep you too long on this. Too high testosterone in women. To balance, you want to support estrogen. Then you go the other side. Okay, you want to go to the other side. And so I'll help you with that one real quick. Let me get you down to that one. You know what? And actually, now that you asked that, I'm going to add something too. Where did my marker go? Well, I was going to add something. Hold on. I'm going to add an essential oil onto this. Since you asked that. See? Change things as we go. Adaptability. Here we go. Essential oils from Young Living. Okay? Yep, I'll talk about that, Mitch77, in just a second. Essential oils from Young Living. Endoflex. Yes. Good job, Adela. The specific brand, Castano, is MediHerb. M-E-D-I-H-E-R-B. Okay? Endoflex is great at supporting the adrenal glands. Again, support the endocrine. You can support hormones. Idaho Blue Spruce, really great for natural testosterone production in men. It's a great one to support that pathway. Progestins Plus. Now, Progestins Plus is one to help support progesterone levels if that's an area you need support in. Sclerescence is one, along with Clary Sage, that's really good if you're needing support for estrogen levels. Endoflex is safe during pregnancy, absolutely. The emotional blends. Remember we talked about how stress can throw off the hormone pathway. So emotional blends to help your body handle stressors during the day, just as a normal supporter to keep that down. Dragon Time, really good balancer overall. With Clary Sage in it, if it's got Clary Sage like this one, this is one that you want to kind of watch out for during pregnancy. So if you're using these, you end up pregnant, okay, and you end up pregnant, then you want to make sure that you back off on that. And then Clary Sage to support estrogen levels. You do not have to worry about that, Pam. It's a totally different process. It's a totally different phytoestrogen and stuff. Lady Sclerol is a good one. I didn't add it on here, but Lady Sclerol is really good. Okay? Now, how do you know if you need estrogen or progesterone support? That is a fantastic question that leads right into this, okay? Leads right into this. Testing. If you really don't know, geranium is really good support just for the liver. Really good. Can members use Progestins Plus? Can men? They don't need to. Can you put it up again, please? Yes. Last one here, and then we're going to talk about testing for a second. What is the difference between our Progestins Plus and the one in the UK Phyto? I'm not sure. Yeah, men don't need to use Progestins Plus. There's no need for that. City's like, no, they don't have progesterone. Okay, you got that. All right. Testing. There's 3 different ways to test for hormone balance. We do. We actually use all three of these. Yes. I don't know why I didn't put that on there. So for men's support, I don't know why I didn't do that. Thanks for asking that. Shutran and Mr. I put Idaho Blue Spruce on there, but the other essential oils, Shutran and Mr. are both good supporters for male hormones. Great overall. I use Shutran every day. That's a really good one just for natural testosterone release, so you can keep that hormone balance throughout the day, because a guy goes through his cycle every day. It's a 24-hour cycle for men, where it's a 28-day cycle for women. So it's totally different, but the same at the same time. All right, here we go. Blood testing. Blood testing isn't as accurate because blood testing is more of a shot in the dark. It's kind of a spot in time thing. So, blood testing is good to be able to look at. You can look at thyroid levels. I recommend looking at your vitamin D levels and getting a lipid panel to check your cholesterol. And so that's really good. But, overall, I would recommend you combine saliva testing, and hair analysis. So saliva testing and hair analysis are both really good ways to naturally check for how balanced your hormones are or not, okay? If you don't know which one to do, hair analysis testing is the same for everybody. We use analytical research labs for our testing. And we send these tests all over. So if you're interested in doing a test, you can call our office and we'll ship it to you. Like, you can totally do it. Like, we'll ship it to you. And what happens to women when they use Shootran? They normally have more of a normal testosterone production. Sometimes it helps with working out. Sometimes it helps to regulate sex drive, with some women. Hair analysis still works if you color your hair. It's just a little bit different though. There's examples on there. Hair analysis I think is like $85 to $100. It's not that expensive. Saliva testing is a little bit more in depth because there's specific ones. There's like expanded female hormone panel. There's specific female hormone test. There's, like there's adrenal stress index test. There's specific ones to test, and that's more individual for you. I do phone consults to help with this all the time, and I would gladly do that for one of you guys. Just, you can call up here, we'll schedule that for you, and then we can see what tests you really need. But if, as a general rule, urinalysis is not necessarily effective for testing for hormones. It's good for like minerals and stuff like that, but it's just not necessarily really good. It's not what we use for hormone testing. Saliva and hair is way better. No, we can actually send you the hair analysis kit. It's pretty easy to do. It's got all the directions in it, and then they send us the results, and we have the account with them. And so if you're interested in doing hair analysis, I will gladly do that. Then we can do a phone consult over it for you to help you with it. And so that way it can kind of get you guys a good plan. And I really recommend that. I recommend you do either a hair analysis or a saliva test because it's just good to know where it is. It's not necessarily a have to. Like a lot of times we can really get changes beyond that without it, but it's really good to know. So the typical things that we do with a saliva test is I have them do it if it's a cycling female, again. And remember, for those in here that are menopause age, I'm going to do a different call specifically for you guys first of the week. Only menopause age range. But for the saliva test, the typical one is we do an adrenal stress index test to test for your cortisol and a test for your DHEA. If I'm going to pick one Mitch 77 over the other for hormones, I pick saliva. It's more accurate for that. The hormone test for a cycling female that's the best is called now we use Diagnostics. And again, we can ship these to you and you can do them and then we can get the results and go over them. We can totally do that. The saliva test is called the Expanded Female Hormone Balance Test. Expanded Female Hormone Test. Okay? Expanded Female Hormones. Okay? That is the best test for it. There's others that are good, but that's the best overall. It's around $300 is what that test is, and it's a month-long test. You're literally doing samples several different times over the course of 3 or 4 weeks, but it gives a really good picture, a really good study on what you're doing. It's totally worth it on what you're doing, what your hormones are doing, so we can be really specific with it. So that way we know, because hormones are something not to really like mess around with if you don't know. Not that you're not going to hurt yourself with the essential oils, but you don't want to give yourself one when you need the other because you can make your symptoms worse. And so it's really good to know, and that's why I'm here. That's why I do what I do, to help you so you know how you work, how your body is, and what you need. That's really it. Ta-da! That's a really good start, okay? If you had a hysterectomy, then you're in medical menopause. And so we're going to talk about menopause the next scope. And so we'll do that another time, that age range. That is cycling, expanded female hormone test with cycling. You're welcome. You guys are welcome. I hope this is helpful. It's a good starting point to really, you can stay on it consistently, Andy. You don't have to stop it unless you go through and you're having different symptom changes and stuff. So just pay attention. Thank you guys for getting on. I hope this is totally helpful for you and gives you a starting point. It's meant to give you options, not to give you stress, okay? If it stresses you out, back up, do one thing at a time, do your core 4, make sure you're working on the lifestyle changes, and go rock it and be amazing. You're made for amazing. You're made for awesome. You're not made for all of these other issues that are coming up. That's not the way the Father designed you. So go be amazing. We'll be back on tomorrow. We're going to talk about estrogen, the hormone, what happens when it's too much, all this different stuff. Okay, yes, Adela, you're right. PD8020 is another one. It's really great. I talked about that one when we talked about adrenal glands. It's good. Take care, you guys. Love you. You're amazing. Remember, hormones are simple, but they are not easy. So good luck. You're doing great.